俾你行先啊嘛。夠使驚啊！睇下先。Is everybody here? Très bientôt. Bonjour.
Bonjour, ça va bien?
Elle va me faire croire quoi? Non, je dis, elle va me faire croire quoi?
Mais normalement ça marche. On va les descendre là, puis après je vais vous montrer. Normalement il y a la place.
Non, ça va, ça va. What's this? Moron, right? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nelson.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, we've met in Paris. When was it? In February?
Yes, right.
A few months ago. And
Well,
well,
right.
John, thank you very much.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I'm
Edwin.
Yeah.
I'm Edwin, the vice chairman of the association.
Nice.
The
Oh,
treasurer
nice.
of the Hong Kong Sommelier Association.
This is treasurer.
Thank you.
Okay, nice to meet you too.
I'm Alex, the secretary for the association. Here's my card for you.
We are going to do a quick tour of the estate to give you an idea of what it is. And then we'll have not a big tasting, but a tasting. And John Colassa, our managing director, should be able to say hello. He's at Château Rauzan-Ségla, the other property we have in Saint-Emilion. And well, we've started the picking there today. But with the traffic in Bordeaux, you know when you leave Saint-Emilion, but you never know when you arrive in Medoc area because it could be long sometime. So, but well, we keep our finger crossed, we never know. So we can go directly there, okay, where I'm going to do this presentation, general presentation about the estate.
Okay.
It's winter.
Okay.
And so we have 60% Cabernet Sauvignon, this color plot.
Yeah.
On the map we don't have the new plots we bought because we didn't know exactly the grape variety we are going to plant. That is why we didn't mention them. And we have 35% Merlot, this color plot. Then 3.5% Petit Verdot. No more wooden vats for 30 years now. And the brand new vats we have are this one, the conical vats.
Yeah.
Because with the conical shape, we have a better exchange between skins and juice and wine. So we have more concentration and we are more precise in our vinification. Okay? So they're small because we pick plot by plot. Everything is completely separate, you think. It's not row by row, but if we could, we'd do row by row. So the picking is really starting tomorrow. We have 100 pickers coming for the picking, and there are 70 people in the vineyard and 30 around the sorting tables. So watch your step.
Yeah.
Because there is one more step at the end of the stairs. Okay? Just be careful. We produce traditional wine. I mean, we don't pick at over maturity. It's just the ripeness. And then we vinify with 1 week for the alcoholic fermentation with pumping over, 2 pumping over per day, very traditional, for 5 to 7 days. Then we have maceration, 2 to 3 weeks for maceration with 1 pumping over per week. And then we run out the clear wine in another vat and we press the solid. Okay?
Wait, why is it so small for the tank for the malolactic fermentation?
Because from one vat to another, we have small skins, small solid. So when you press them, it's only a very small quantity, and we don't mix the pressed wine together at that stage. That is why we separate them.
Okay, makes sense.
Well, as I told you, we bought 15 more hectares the last 4 years, and we don't have enough vat to vinify everything now. As we separate, we really separate all the plots. So the idea is to keep this building for vinification and this one for the shipment warehouse and exactly. So this building dedicated to vinification and the other one to storage.
Yeah, for storage for
Exactly. Okay, so this wine has been blended last March and will be bottled next May. Next May. Okay.
How
so
often do you rack them?
every 3 months.
Every 3 months.
Every 3 months we do manual rackings. You know the process, everybody knows.
Yes, yes.
And 6 months before the bottling, we do the fining with fresh egg white.
In individual.
Yes, of course, in each barrel. And this way we don't use any filtration.
Okay.
It's just racking plus fining
Fining, yeah.
to preserve the quality. Very traditional.
Yeah. How many % of new oak roughly?
60% new oak for Rauzan-Ségla and 40% one vintage barrel.
Interesting.
And well, one thing I'm going to take a few minutes to explain to you is this very particular barrel. I don't know if you've seen some, but we have very important forests in France, in the center of France. And in one of these forests, we had this tree planted in 1648 and cut in 2008, after 360 years.
Whoa.
Okay. The barrel maker made 48 barrels of this particular oak tree. And well, then they sell them in auction. Will be bottled, but for the private seller of the chateau. Here we go. We'll have Rauzan.
6 this morning.
2011 is bottled already or still in?
2011, no, it's still in barrels.
Still in
It's a
barrel,
barrel
yeah.
sample. And 2010 has been bottled last May. So we're going to taste the 10, the 2004, and the 2001.
Hi, John.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, John. Gregory, the managing director of Rauzan-Ségla and Château Canon.
Okay, I've just
John
come from Saint-Emilion. We're picking in both places at the same time,
yeah, okay.
starting today. So we'll have to go backwards and forwards and make sure everything's okay.
Alvin, nice to meet you.
Does everybody have a glass?
Yeah, as professionals, we thought it'd be interesting for you to taste the second wine and the grand vin together. Same vintage, young vines, old vines. See the difference.
Do you have one?
The winemaking philosophy behind it's really want to make a standing wine, for aging. Unfortunately nowadays a lot of people drinking wine far too young.
Exactly.
And
it's true, it's tempting for some people in Bordeaux to make wines that are more drinkable younger. But I think, again, for me, that's not Bordeaux. That's not what the philosophy should be about Bordeaux. And the handicap we have is that people tell me that we're making traditional wines. It's the traditional way of making wine. But the people who are fascinated about Bordeaux are fascinated. Why? Because they're drinking traditional wines that are 20, 30, 50 years old.
Still talk about 82.
That's right. We had the Jurade of Saint-Emilion a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday. I took some Canon 62. And that's what makes Bordeaux magical. That's where the mystery comes from, etc. So I don't believe in making modern technical wines because I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they're going to age properly and maintain that freshness and liveliness that a wine should have after many years if it's got the right acidity and not too much alcohol and not too much wood. You know, a happy balance. You haven't had a very balanced day today, but you'll catch up tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Yes. No, it's okay. Florence. They are be able to show all the people.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Nice to see you here.
Very good to see you.
It's
yeah.
fantastic.
Very nice to see you again.
Hello.
Yeah,
How are you?
Nice meeting you.
Welcome. Welcome. Hello.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Enchanté, madame.
Marie-Hélène, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, madame.
Bonsoir, ravi de vous accueillir. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, madame. Bonsoir.
Bonsoir, ravi de vous avoir à la main.
We are very happy to receive you here, and for us, your country is paradise, because you have to know, not only for Château De Lamarque, but I think for a lot of people making wine, and especially in Bordeaux, China is a revolution for the market of the wine. Really, why? We have a lot of things between France and China in culture and in the history, because we had the monarchy, we had the empire, we have revolutions, we have republic, we have people, exceptional people like in our country, Napoleon III or Charles de Gaulle, General. You had Mao Zedong or Dr. Sun Yat-sen a long time ago. And you know, it's really a parallel. And also in the gastronomy, in the porcelain, in the poesy, our family is in the vineyard since more than 400 centuries. And it's really a wine from the family. My wife, she is the technician's manager. I have to tell you.
It's the reason why, yes.
Today, she takes the shower for you. But you can ask what you want to her, and she can explain you. And she's absolutely crazy about the vineyards itself, because it's really with the good grapes that you make a good wine, and not miracle in the winery. It's the grapes, the grapes, the grapes. And we harvest 1 hectare of very, very young plant of vineyards to test the new machinery that we have. And you know, this machine is just by Château Margaux, by Château Latour. The grapes going there, you know, and in the middle, if the camera detects anything's wrong, you have the air pressure like that. You know, the grapes are going like that. It's going like that, the grapes, you know, to go here. And if you have anything, you know, all these little tubes, they are commanded by the camera. And then at that moment, you have a very strong pressure, and the things, all the grain part going here and out. And you have only the grain and the good grain going in the pump to go to the vats. You see, and you know, already you can have something absolutely perfect. We make the experiment during 1 day, 2 days ago, because we make just one, because we want to test it to see what's happened, and to be sure that when we start, everything is all right.
And it's very quick. And you know, never tired.
You save a lot of manpower. 10 person, yeah.
10 person.
When we harvest separately each variety of grapes. You have to know that when we harvest, the grapes are coming inside the vats. First of all, without the stems, no vegetal path, only the grain. Secondly, the grain are not pressed, it's entirely the fruits going inside. You have like a fruit salad inside. And like in a kitchen, when you make a fruit salad, you have, you know, ananas, I don't know, orange floating and the juice on the bottom. It's exactly what's happened here. You have the juice, you have a hot floating of purple of fruit floating on the juice. When we finished, immediately we open the robinet and we take off 10% of juice. Very clear. Is I don't know in English. When you take off the blood, you know, we do that. 10% we put another vats. And then, why we do that is because we want to concentrate our wine, and it's like a cup of tea. You know, less water with the tea, your tea will be darker, more water will be clear. It's exactly what we do inside. End of November, the wine is going to age in oak barrel, and this is the second step of the life of the wine. If you please, if you like to come. Yes. Well, a lot of volume, red, bouquet, fruit. C'est une caméra. Please. Myself, when I was 7, with horse. Not to ride, but to walk. You understand? Sorry. You find your name on the cloud. Just take your glass, and it is a toast for your country, Republic of China, and your president, and also for Republic of France, and for our president, even we don't vote for him. To China and to France.